A very good evening to you. How are you this evening? It's been very wet, very windy, and I'm so, not me, the weather, but it's so good to have you company tonight. We're launching a brand new one-day special. What does that mean here on Hochanda? Well, at 6 o'clock every night, we launch a brand new one-day special, and it's a great deal on products for 24 hours only. Now, because we broadcast overnight, we broadcast to Europe and America, sometimes we can have some sellouts. So this is a good place to start for your one-day special. If you like what you see, I do recommend you popping it into your basket and checking on out. Then you can relax and watch the great demonstrations that we've got coming up from our lovely Lou Sims, who's actually here in the studio, social distancing over the other side. There she is. Hey, Lou.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm very good. You're from a distance.
I am.
And from a distance, you're about the same size to me as you are to people out there in TV land.
And I'm not the tallest of people anyhow.
And neither am I, neither am I. But it is great to have you company. And we've got some great demonstrations with techniques coming up, haven't we?
Fingers crossed, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's what your one-day special is going to be all about. It's about the techniques that you add to your designs. My word, should we take a look? Oh, these look absolutely fantastic just as they are. But when you start to use these and get those marvellous effects from your embossing powders, this is going to take you to the next level. I think personally, this is a game changer when it comes to using embossing powder. Now, as we have a peruse and have a look at the pots, you are getting all 8. And there's 20 grams in each one. Now you will notice there are 2 different colours and 2 different sizes, and it's the way they mix and merge and work together that's going to give you some amazing effects. We'll have a chat with Lou in a moment, but I just want to show you the different colours that they will create for you. Now, 2 payments of £21.96 means you're saving £14, which is a great saving. So, embossing on your mixed media projects, on your cards, on your MDF projects as well. You'll see here the different colours that we've got. So we've got it on the white, the black, and on the craft card as well. And you'll see as you go over and have a look on the different cards how they look different, but also how they merge in. So you've got your sea, you've got your fire, you've got lime, you've got lilac, you've got plum, you've got hammered, you've got bone, and you've got scarlet. Not plum, you've got punch. Not plum, it's punch. Absolutely incredible. If you want to use these on MDF projects, on your mixed media projects, there are so many different ways of using these. And as you know, with embossing powders, you use your inks, you place the embossing powder on, and then simply add heat to get these stunning effects. And the techniques that we're going to see in the show will deliver to you that inspiration so that when you get these home, doesn't that look absolutely amazing? Now, the lovely Lou Sims is with us. You're a huge fan of Ranger, aren't you, Lou?
I am a little bit, yes. Just everything has been really, really well thought out. So down to the colours, how things work, you know, inks, colours. So it's perfect. If you want to make something totally contrasting, you know, everything looks the same, then you can. If you want to go totally polar opposite and go a little bit wilder,
you can
as well, sort of thing. It's.
Why do you like these embossing powders so much? What makes these stand out to other embossing powders in the market?
If you look at the embossing powders, if you open one up, or I've got some here open up, when you look into them, you can see there's lots of different colours and there's lots of different granules and everything like that. Now, all those little granules are different colours of embossing powder, which means that you've got your base colour and then you've got all those extra bits that you can have in. So it's like doing an embossing technique, and then we would do one colour and then take the gun away and quickly add another, and then, but you haven't, you've got it all in one pot. So each of these have got, you know, 2 or 3 colours. The size of the granule means, you know, that you can get a bigger explosion of colour merging into the others. And they're brilliant for that.
I guess it's like letting off fireworks, isn't it?
You
don't know what you're going to expect, and then all of a sudden you've got that beautiful colours just merging into one another, creating some amazing, amazing techniques.
And you can use them like an enamelling effect, which means when you layer more and more and more and more, and they work, and they've got a lovely glossy finish, but then you can do other things to them. We can mix them to glues, we can mix them to pastes. Obviously, you have to make sure everything's not flammable.
Yes.
Because you don't want that to happen. And then, instead of being glossy now, we change them and they become a little bit matte. So there's lots of different ways you can use them. But it's all the explosions of all the different colours. I mean, I know I had a little bit of a play.
I love this, especially this one here. This is being used with acrylic paint, so you can add them to acrylic paint. Would you heat them up?
Yes.
Whilst the paint is still wet?
Yes. It
Wow,
works.
look at
I mean,
that.
there's two different ways. That one is me doing it right from the front.
Yeah.
So therefore, the paint has then exploded open, which means the embossing then has spread out. And I could carry on of adding more and more embossing, but I just like the fact that you can see the paint and you can see the embossing at the same time.
That is a work of art in itself, isn't it?
I know, and you probably wouldn't be able to repeat it again if you tried.
Well, total one-offs, that's what they're going to be.
And it's a great way, you know, of actually using the different things that we've got. I mean, the embossing powders they look lovely, thick and chunky on all the different projects you use. They're lovely. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Get these in your basket. That's what you need to do. £43.92, but you can divide the cost into two. I think we're going to have a very, very busy show. Right, we've got some enamel accents for you. These are on a pick and mix. I love these, absolutely love these. You can choose any three. And you've got lots of different colours to choose from. So let's go through the colours. Now, the first one, you've got your pink gumball. Love that. What a great pink that is. Next up, you've got your glacier white, which is fantastic. The next one is your cheese puff. What a great name. What a great name. The green one here is called lily pad. The next one along, you've got your grape soda. Lovely colours in here. You've got your blue ribbon. I like that blue. You've also got, oh, hang on a minute. That one is your wild orchid, beg your pardon. And the next one is your grape soda, beg your pardon, don't have my glasses on. That's your electric lime and your Caribbean coast, which is limited stock. And actually, these are the two that I've chosen just to make those beautiful self-levelled circle dots with. Oh, the Caribbean, that's now gone. I'm going to take that away. That's now sold out. These are so much fun to use, and you can go from a large, which I've done just at the top there. I'm not going to lift this up because you do have to wait for it to set, but you can keep going down and down and down and down and down and down and down in size if you want to. But what's beautiful about this, if you've got a template that you're following and you've got the dots equally placed on there, this is going to look absolutely spectacular. You may have seen some of our demonstrators use these beautiful enamel accent styles on their cards, maybe to add to the centre of flowers, maybe just to add to a corner so they look like brads, for example, but they really do add beautiful elements. This is a pick and mix, £9.50 for any three. We've already had one sellout. We are very, very busy for those. So if you do want to get hold of them, 136670. The white, the glacier white, that's got limited stock. My word, Lou, we are busy, busy, busy. Yes, I know. Poor Lou's getting together a demonstration and we're selling out of them all.
Right, so they can
very,
go.
very busy. Limited stock on the white. Right. Oh, my goodness. Now, let's move on. We've got something else for you. You can shop ahead, by the way. If you don't want to wait for me to get to all the different items, you can shop ahead on the website. Right, next up, you've got your Ranger. It's that name. We know it. We trust it. It's quality each and every time. Ranger Enamel Accents in black and white. And you also get your mini Glossy Accents and your mini Crackle as well. So, Lou, tell us about this particular deal and what we can do with this.
Well, I'm going to grab the glossy accents are brilliant for putting over something so if you had a stamped image and you wanted a part of it to stand out, you can put the glossy accents over it, and when it dries, it'll dry nice and glossy and shiny, and you can see the image still through it.
Like a ladybird, for example, if you wanted that to stand out, just colour in the ladybird, put a drop on it, and then you've got that standing out.
Yeah, and it makes something really lovely and glossy. Whereas the glossy other one that you've got in there, it dries exactly the same, but it will dry with a crackle effect.
Wow, already a quarter of the stock of this has gone. I like that crackle effect.
And the crackle effect then, if you wanted to, if you got a bit like your embellishment waxes or your mousses and stuff, you could then very lightly go over it and it can go within the crackle as well. I mean, as long as you didn't go too heavy-handed, you'd still see the image or whatever you wanted below.
Word. You could almost make like a vintage style cabochon.
Yeah, so if you had like a frame and then you could put an image in and then put the glossy accents over the top, it creates like a faux resin effect.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I'm gonna have a play with that whilst you're playing. Yes. Oh my word, very busy for that, everyone. It's only £9.99. I'd recommend maybe getting a couple of those because I know that when you start using it, you'll start using it on everything. And in order for you to have even more, might be worth going for a second set. If you're going for any of these, by the way, along with your one-day special, the cost of everything that you're adding now will be divided into two because your one-day special, of course, is divisible by 2 payments of FlexiBuy. Right, come on, let's go on. We've got more for you. We've got more. Love this. This is your glitter glue mega bundle. You're getting all of these, all the different colours, all 15, £28.50, saving £9 on this deal. Now, Lou has put together a beautiful swatch for us on white and black, so you can see exactly what they look like. So you can control the flow of these very, very easily, which means you can add these to your projects. You'll see there how different they look on the black and the white as well. So you've got platinum, golden rod, you've got gold, you've got black diamond, you've got waterfall, turquoise, cranberry green, copper. You've also got twinkle, frosted lace, crystal, icicle, stardust and unicorn. Now these are acid free and they are non-toxic, should I say, which is a weird name, isn't it? Toxic as well. Which means, would this mean if I wanted to use these, maybe blend them out with my finger, I could do that, Lou?
Oh, definitely. If you've got, I'm thinking of a certain season, I really don't want to mention at this time of year, and you had a die cut and you put a little bit, especially like, let me think, if you got something like the frosted lace and put it on your finger and you had a snowman, you could actually highlight, because it's got all those different colours within it. So you can use your finger.
I'm going to have a go.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a go.
The thing is, when you do it on darker card, Janice, you actually get to see all the different colours that are encapsulated within the stickles itself. Sometimes it's hard to see it on the white card, but suddenly when you do it on the darker card, you can see all the other little colours.
Oh, can I just have a play with a couple?
Yeah.
Isn't it easy? You just give it a little squeeze and you'll see that just coming down. There you go.
And it's as precision. You could write your name.
Oh, my word.
As long as you kept the flow going at the same pace.
Will these self-level?
Yeah, not quite the same as the enamel dots, but yes, they will all make dots. So if you wanted to do them like little snowflakes, or you wanted to do them like the dandelion flower, you know, when we see that, the seeds dispersing.
Yes.
You can do along those lines. They're great to, if you emboss an image and then fill in. So if you did a petal or you could actually fill in, because it won't go over those embossing lines, and then you get a lovely painted sparkle effect. But you can actually, then it comes quite domed.
I did that upside down, Lou. I hope you're impressed.
I am.
I did that. They look absolutely amazing.
Now, the colour you put on first,
yes.
If you put your finger, was that one of the whiter colours?
That was one of the gold. Just let me take that across there, then let me just mix the blue up as well.
And then you can see. But if you get one of the white ones. Yep.
Let me grab one of these for you.
Or have you got them on your top row? I can't see. Yeah, your top row.
Okay, let's just do that one there. Oh, I'm having so much fun with these. I feel a bit guilty. I should order them, really. Let's give them a bit of a shake first of all. And then, oh, yes. And as Julia Watts would say, oh, yes. Oh, my word, that.
So it's when you look at those ones and you can see all the colours that are encapsulated. So looking at the bottle.
Yeah.
That is what's actually, but then suddenly you put it on a darker card.
Looks totally different, doesn't it?
And it looks totally different altogether.
I like that. You can see the greens in there, the golds and the silvers. Oh, these are amazing. And look how that stayed. And I've written my name on there. Wow, love that. Absolutely fantastic. Oh my word. That is a great price. I definitely recommend going for those and having a play. £28.50. Right, we've got some acrylic paint for you, some great colours in this particular set. And these are from Deco Art. They're only £19.99. I say only because you're getting all 10 and there's 55ml in each one. And I do believe these will go a long, long way. But you've got some lovely summer colours here for you. You can see there you've got your light orchid, you've got your sea aqua, your purple cow, love that, dove grey, you've got your coral shell, your baby pink, your mint julep green, you've got your blue heaven, your buttermilk and your mocha. All 10 for £19.99, 115079. Right, more for you. We've got some ink pads for you. These are a great set of four ink pads for you, and they're only £11, 172387. Now you love these, don't you, Lou?
They are. I mean, they're archival quality.
Yeah.
And they're mini versions, which is even better for storage.
Yes.
And as you can imagine, we carry quite a lot of stuff around with us.
Yes.
So, but they're perfect archival. I mean, they're Ranger. We always assume, you know, Ranger being just Tim Holtz, Dina Wakely, but they're the ones who actually design all the inks with them.
Yeah.
So the quality is there. They're archival, so you can use them for all your techniques that you want to do.
Superb. Stamping out and then maybe putting a wash over there, but it keeps the stamped image right where it should be. That's a great deal. It's only £11 if you want to go for your stamps. Right, so we're going to head back to Lou in a moment's time, but I do want to run you through another item we've got for you on the show. And these are your perfect mediums. So if you wanted to do your embossing, if you wanted to put together your watermarks on here, then you have got the perfect way to do that. You have got your stamp pad and you've also got the perfect medium in pens as well. So you can be very, very precise. £9.99, that's all it is. 681474 is your item number. Excellent. Oh, we've got some great deals on the show, lots of things. We're very, very busy. Do bear with us. We're busy on the phones. The best way to order is the website, of course. Right, this is the website. This is how you peruse the website and have a look around. We've had more sellouts on the pick and mix. Right, this is what we've got left. Oh, wow. Wow, how many did we start off with? 3, 6, 9. Wow, sold out of 9. Well, we've still got some great colours left. Blue ribbon, electric lime, grape soda, lily pad, pink gumball and white orchid. Oh, I love playing with these, but you need to be quick because we are selling out fast of the Enamel Accents. Right, back to your one-day special. Can't wait to see the techniques that Lou has got lined up for you with your one-day special. And it is available on 2 flexi buys. So £43.92, divide that into 2 and you can pay over 2 months. It's interest-free payments, £21.96. 907950. Don't know why I'm struggling with that. Right, shall we head over to Lou to get some demonstrations going? So, Lou, what are you showing us first?
Right, I'm just going to do something first. I was just checking that I put my glue gun on. I just want to put a little bit of glue down here and just want to let it dry a bit. Okay. So, right, the embossing powders, as I said, I've got lots of different mix of colours in. So I'm just going to grab my perfect medium and just ink up a tag. And we'll just lay some colours down so you can actually see them. And I've got dark and I've got light, because I think it's important, because we all work on different types of media. So I'm going to go for the lime. I love the lime. It's so...
It's a real zesty colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's... Oh. So I'm just going to put a little bit there of the lime, and then what I want to do is I'm going to do a nice contrast. So let's have a think. Let's go for the orange, the fire. I think this is fire. Yes. I just look at the colours and think, oh. Now, all the little bits that you see in there are actually other colours of embossing, so they're not stones or anything like that. So I'm just going to heat that up. I prefer to go from behind. And because they're thicker, they will take a little bit longer, but because I'm actually just going through the card and then hitting the embossing powder, So all I do is just heat it up, and I'm going to add a bit more in a minute. Okay, that's my first layer, and I'm going to put another layer on. The reason I go behind the gun from behind is mainly because it heats up the card, and then I can start adding more layers on. So now I'm just going to put something a little bit thicker on, and you can see a little bit more of the other colours burst through. Now this is going to take a little bit longer to heat up, so let's get that fire again. And
now, Lou, I do need to tell you, sorry, I was just changing my mic there, but I do need to tell you now that 20% has gone, nearly 20% has gone of the one-day special. We're busy for this, Lou.
Uh-oh. Well, that's good. But you think, oh, no. Right. So this is going to take a bit longer because I've layered it up a bit thicker. Now, what I am going to do, which I should have done, is I'm just going to grab some tweezers before I sit there and burn myself. Okay. Because this is now quite a thick layer, it's going to take a while, and what I prefer to do is just move the gun around underneath, because I want to heat up the base of the card. But I haven't actually used any more of the embossing ink, so if I did it from the top, it would actually just all blow away, and that would be a waste. So it's slowly taking, because the other powder underneath was warm. So this is making it thicker and thicker, and then merging even more of the colours together. I do have a cunning plan, I promise.
If you wanted to, Lou, could you just mix all the colours up and make a whole kaleidoscope of colours?
Definitely could. And that'd be nice, because what I want to do, right, so they're melted, but I want to keep them quite warm, and I've just got cocktail stick. Now, when they're like this as well, because they're still fluid, I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to get the gun to start moving the powders around, so I can break up some of the larger bits of colour. Okay, and what I want to then start doing is I just want to start doing like a marbling effect. And then I'll melt them in together. Because some of the colours in that beautiful lime and the fire are opposite. So let's melt that again.
Now, what style of heat gun would you recommend, Lou?
So we've got that merging now, and I'm going to keep doing it and dragging one from the other, because each of the powders has different colours within it. So now I'm making even more. So that's just a quick foam marbling sort of technique that you can do with the powders, and just by merging them together, they create a beautiful glossy finish. So we can do it that way. What else have I got here? I'm going to use it on a piece of metal, so I'm going to move those out of the way. Let's get my pad.
Lou, do you recommend a certain type of heat tool?
Well, mine is about 15 years old. I would say if you can get one that's probably not quite as noisy as mine, that would probably be a bonus. For these sort of techniques, I think some of the heat tools that you can get with 1 or 2 settings, it might take you longer to actually heat the embossing powder, but you would have a little bit more control. So I'm just going to put some of the pink on the whole of that. Where's my tweezers gone? There we go. I definitely want to hold this because it's metal. And just get rid of that. So I'm just going to melt this one, and we're going to build this one up as well. And this one here has got, in the pink, it's got beautiful, like gold, extra metallic. So I've taken quite a boring metal and changed it into another colour. So if I do in the middle there, I just want to put a tiny little bit of the stone in there. And I'm trying to go for the other colours within the stone. So we can then fill the metal here. So you can mix, like you were saying, mix the embossing powders up, do lots of different things with them. So, oh, I'm just going to tilt it now because I've put a lot in there. I can actually now move it around to fill all that central part. And I want that large chunk to actually go in the centre there. There, it's gone. So that one there, with the different colours merging together, looks absolutely beautiful.
That's
I
stunning.
love watching it. It's mesmerising.
Now, are there certain mediums that you can put your embossing powders on, or will they work with pretty much all the mediums out there?
You can use them with different mediums,
Yep.
but just be careful about, you know, that they're not flammable. I'll do some paint in a moment. Right, this is the glue that I just put there earlier. I'm just going to cover it with a little bit there. And, oh, what colour haven't I used? I haven't used yet the lilac, so we can put some lilac on. I'm not going to waste the lilac. I am going to brush it away. Because otherwise, when I put the heat gun on, it's going to all just fly everywhere, and I don't want to make someone's job, you know, even harder to tidy up. Okay, let's do that. And then I'm going to add some more to it and gradually build it up. So. Right. Just want to tip that back on again. Sorry about my card being in everybody's way. And it's going to blow a little bit away, but that's fine.
And this is now going into glue.
Oh. She says blowing loads of it away. All right. I'm just going to put a little bit more on. This is taking me longer. I'm going to get the... I think I let it dry just a little bit too long.
Do you need the glue to be wet?
Sorry.
Do you need the glue to be wet?
No, as you can see, it's going now.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're just heating the glue up again, so I can then take it away and make an embellishment that way. I can do it straight away onto the hot glue as well. So if I grab another tag, let's get... What colour paint have I got here? I've got the mint. I like the mint.
I've got another question for you, Lou. Can you put the embossing powder directly onto a card with no adhesive, like glue or ink, and just let it melt? Or do you always need something to keep it in place?
No. But, OK, if I just I'll put some on here. What you can't do, though, is heat from the top.
Right.
If I heat from the top, the air would make it go whew, so I'd be left with a plain tag. But if I heat it from the bottom, where's my tweezers? It will actually go. So you don't need to at all. Whoa. So we can do it that way. Because the heat now is coming from the back of the card. It's melting the embossing powder, and it's now sitting on top of the card.
Now, clearly be very, very careful doing this at home. As Lou has just said, when you put any kind of heat tool on, it will blow that embossing powder. So only do that technique, I guess, if you're confident, but it was worth knowing.
I mean, I find if I get my heat tool and I just hold it on the table in one place and then hold it, that you can then with your tweezers move your work, but keep your heat tool in one place, and it saves it blowing around.
Got you.
If you're not confident, the other thing is work on a bigger piece of card and cut it down.
Could it work on fabric?
Okay. We'll find out.
Oh, can we? Now, while Lou sets that up, 'cause it's interesting, isn't it? I'm just thinking maybe if you've got a pair of, I don't know, snazzy trainers you want to wear to a party and you could emboss them. I don't know, we could give it a go. That's what we're here for. Whilst Lou sets that up, I do need to give you an update. 20% of the stock of the one-day special has gone. 20% has gone already. So we have got your embossing powders in here and you've got your different colours. You've got 8 all together and the 20 grams in each one. And with these embossing powders, you'll see that you've got different elements of colours in there. And with, sorry, I'm just getting out of shock. So I've got a very big nose and a very long chin profile. So I often get out of the way. Sorry about that. You've got these lovely colours that react as you add that heat, and it makes it look completely different. And what's lovely about that is that you can start mixing up the colours and coming out with some quite extraordinary effects. You can add this to glue, you can add these to your inks, you can add these to your paints as well, and come out with some incredible designs that look a little bit different, that will make the difference when you're perhaps putting together a gift for someone or even making to sell. Let me pop this down and just show you some of the techniques that Lou has used in here. So being used with glue, so you get that really cool string-like effect. That's used with hot glue. Almost looks like a melted spoon, doesn't it? You've got the texture paste. Now that's interesting. Bit of texture paste, and then adding your emboss powder and heating that up. I think that is amazing. You wait till you get these home and try that with your acrylic paint. And I do believe, for me, those colours, spectacular. I love that. I love that yellow or mustard paint in the background and using the sea coloured embossing powder on there. I think that's great, but you can't wait to get that home and try that. And you can see it on different items in here as well. 2 payments of £21.96. That's your one-day special, but we are busy. Right, we've got to pick a mix, and I've been having some fun. We've had some sellouts, so I hope I've got what we've got available for you out. Self-levelling enamel accents. These are brilliant. You may have seen our demonstrators use these for the centre of flowers, for the corner of the cards, but just adding that detail, you'll see just how beautiful these will level out. Now there is a technique to taking these out of the bottle, and I'll show you. Let me grab the peach. Now, let me go. Okay, so with the, it's a good idea sometimes just to wipe the end. But just give it a bit of squeeze. Just do it slowly at first, and then it will come out, and then you lift it up and give it a bit of a wiggle, and then it will just self-level. You can go a little bit bigger if you want to. Keep that coming out. Just give it a wiggle at the top, or you could do it quite small if you've got your glasses on, and you can just make it a little bit smaller as you go along. Neat and precise every single time. Now you can choose any 3, and these are the colours available for you. We've got your grape soda, beautiful colour there. You've got your pink gumball, lily pad. You've got your wild orchid, love that. Beautiful electric lime, and then your cheese puff. It's worth getting just for the name. And they level out so perfectly. £9.50. Choose any 3. Love those. This whole piece of card will just be covered in the enamel accents by the end of the show. Right, our next set for you is over 80% of the stock gone. Doesn't surprise me. If you've got a card or a picture or mixed media, and you want it to have that glossy finish to it, almost like someone's put a glass cabochon over that particular part. It could be some Wellington boots on a little girl skipping through the water, but you want the Wellington boots to have that glossy accent on. Well, guess what? Here's a kit with black and white, but you've also got your clear and your crackle as well. My word, you're going to have fun with this, but you do need to get it and check out your baskets. Saving £3, it's a fantastic deal. 580329 is your item number if you want to go for that. Glossy accents with a crackle. Oh, love that. Right, let's head back to our Lou. We've got more demonstrations coming up. Lou, what are we going to have a look at?
I'm just quickly doing something you were talking about with the glossy accents. I've just got a quick frame and a little bit of rice paper, and I'm just going to put that there and fill it. And we can then, it might not be drying time by the end of this show, but it will be ready for the... So I've just filled it there. And I'm just going to put that to one side. Okay, so we can look at it later. Right, I've put some of the powders on. I've used the perfect medium. So the front is quite pink and stands out. And I've used a mixture of the hammered, the sea, and one of my favourite colours actually, the bone. I think it's such an unusual colour. And I'm going to start quite high just in case, because I've got wadding in here as well. And then I can get lower down. I thought this would smell actually because I've got the wadding and the material, and it's not. That's why I'm standing so far back from it, because I thought, but there we go.
And that's going straight onto fabric. What did you use to adhere it to the fabric? It's that heat. It's so loud. She did say it was loud. Whilst Lou's doing that, I do need to tell you, the enamel, the black and white, with the crackle and the clear, it's sold out, everyone, that's gone. I did say we were busy. Do check out your baskets if it's in your basket right now. Lou's still heating up with the heat gun. It's great, she can't hear me. I could say anything. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Lou, what did you, is that heat gun? It's so loud.
I know.
What did you use to adhere it to the fabric? Nothing. Ah.
I used the perfect medium.
And we've still got that on the show, everyone, if you want to get hold of that.
Yeah, and it's gone on there perfectly. And I said this has gone through material. I've got wadding below this as well. And it looks really cool, actually.
It looks good. Do you know what else I'm thinking? You know, if you had some, let's think, some air drying clay. And you put that on afterwards.
But then we've got the pens on the show.
So that would work really well.
If I've got... This is something I picked up.
Oh, it's a flower, that's okay. I panicked then, Lou.
No, I know your phobia about those, so I wouldn't have done that at all.
Oh, my tummy's turning. It's just a flower.
Within the Perfect Medium kit, we've got the pens. So if I wanted to, I'm just going to colour what I can actually pick out, say 1 or 2 of the petals. I won't do everything. And I'm just going to cover it with the Perfect Medium. Get my card again. Let's go for a contrast colour. Let's go for that pink.
Over, how much has gone, sorry? Over 20% of the stock has gone of the Perfect Mediums, and we're very busy for it. Probably get even busier now we see it in action.
So, with the pen, you see, like you were, so if you had your clay, you can actually be even more precise there. So I've got that one there and I'll heat. I've got just a paper flower. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Perfect Medium in the centre there, so I can put it where I want to. I don't have to then dip it in the hole of my Perfect Medium. I can then pick and choose where I want. I'm just looking at the mess I'm making everywhere. It's great. Let's go for the purple so it matches a little bit.
You're not having fun unless you've made a mess.
Oh, I'm not sure my family would agree when they've seen me after a prep session. I think they walk past and go, I think the phrase is, Right, so let's heat this up. So that's on the flower there, and I've just picked it out, the actual colours that I want on the petals. So you could easily do that with your clay, because some of the moulds are beautiful, intricate detail. And using the embossing pen meant you could get really into all that fine detail as well.
Yeah, think about all the zombie moulds that you bought over the shows with our lovely Catherine. Imagine what you can do now. You can age your projects. You can make them look so different.
Yeah.
Like that metally effect that you're getting with the embossing powder. I absolutely love these.
With the hammer. But I'll just put them there to do, so you can use them and be very precise, so your moulds that you've got. But while you were talking about the enamel dots, I just quickly grabbed a stencil and just a piece of white card. And what I wanted to do, sorry, my stencils aren't the cleanest in the world, but hey. Right, let's grab some colours. So I'm going to go, I like the name, Cheese Puff.
I love, it's limited stock.
Oh, is it? Oh.
I love a good cheese. Do you like cheese puffs?
So let's do that.
Do you like the big cheese puffs or the little cheese puffs?
I don't really like cheese puffs.
Do you not like cheese? Oh, Lou.
They're too dry and they stick to the roof of your mouth.
Oh, that's half the fun. That's the best part.
Oh, no. So let's do a little bit of the green. And let's do another contrast, the grape. So even though these will make dots, they can become part of, you know, your, well, you can see I've used that one a lot.
The cheese puff is sold out, Lou.
Okay, well, it's
But
on
you
there
can-
now, sorry.
But you can still use it.
Phew. There's another one, but I can put it through my stencil.
Oh.
I'm going to mix the colours. And now, when I put it through my stencil, I've made myself like an embellishment, an enamel sort of embellishment. So let's quickly grab, what colours have we got here as a contrast? Right, I'm going to go for the waterfall. And I want to add that now along the top with the stickles, because you can, because it'll work the same way. So now I can make it a sparkly enamel. And if I take that away, so you can use it with your stencils, and that will dry with that lovely glossy, and I've added a little bit of stickles in just for good measure.
Interesting.
So you don't just have to use them to make dots.
I like that.
You think about your stencils, especially sometimes we have really intricate stencils. You could actually, you know, just pick out little colours with the precise nozzles on those. But so you can use them in different ways. Obviously, wipe down your stencil in between, but
and like you say, it doesn't have to be the dots. We just use those to show you the self-leveling.
Yeah.
But also, you know, because you've got that precision nib, you could perhaps sign your name, add an initial would be fantastic.
Oh yeah. Right, I'm going to grab another tag. Let's grab a bigger one this time. I thought I had them all out. Oh, I did. So I'm just going to grab this one, and I'm going to go for. I'm going to cover it. I'm trying to see what I was looking for. So I'm just putting this perfect medium down. I'm not putting it everywhere. If you want to be really precise, use the pens are brilliant for that. I just want to put a rough covering down for the moment, and then let's grab a stamp block. I've got a stamp here. I'm going to get this ready.
I'm having a play writing out Hochanda with the glossy accents, the enamel.
It's a lovely fine precision nib sort of thing.
It's
so
a
you
lovely, it flows perfectly.
Yeah. So let's just do that, move that one, and then I would like that one. Put it there. I mean, we're doing lots of techniques and lots of different things. It doesn't take away from the fact that these embossing powders will work with a sentiment just as much. So I'm going to ink that, just get that ready again before I go, because I want, let's make sure. There, right, let's heat this up. I love the colours in the scarlet. It's just got a mixture of lots of little bits. Okay. Now, if I put this on thicker, it would create like a deep effect, which we can do. So I want to stamp in it. And it's gone, you can't, I don't know if you can pick it, but it's stamped on top of it, but it's also gone into the actual embossing powder as well. So that's another technique we can do, and that's brilliant. If I'd made this even deeper in colour, it would have gone even further. So I'm just going to put that to one side, and I'm going to grab a sentiment. I did have a sentiment. Oh, here it is. Let's grab another. No, that's not going to be big enough. Let's grab that one.
Now, the sentiment stamps are available. They're on a pick and mix. You can find them on the website. We'll bring the details up. There you go, 124485, £13.99, saving £4, and you get to choose any two. They're 4 by 6 inch in size. Let's have a look on the website. This is how we do it. So plenty of sentiments to choose from, as you can see just there. Lots of celebrates and happy and best wishes. You've got your mums and your dads in there. You've got your loves. So have a think about the cards that you make often. Have a think about the sentiments that you want. We've got thank you, we've got encouragement, loves, we've got occasions, faith, sweetheart, shower, party, friendship, and family. Any two, and you can pop those into your basket.
Right, I've just mixed 2 powders together, and I've made this time a lot thicker that I'm going to do. Hold it up. And merge these together. Now this will take a little bit longer to melt. I'm sorry if it... Oh, it's going. Yay. Because you don't have... I mean, I've just used a cocktail stick to, you know, to blend the 2 colours together. And that's a great way of doing it as well. I mean, we haven't even used them. We obviously could go through a stencil as well. And we got some cool mask stencils on the show, which would work brilliantly. All right, so we need to turn that around. But this is quite a thick layer now, which is, I think it's lovely. I love the molten effect, and you can see all the colours a little bit more. I'm just going to go from the top a bit more. All right, and I'm just going to put that on the top. And I just want to push it in, just hold it there for a moment. And slowly take away. And now the stamp has actually gone in where there was a greater amount of embossing powder. You can actually see it's like debossed actually into the embossing powder.
Wow.
So that is another really cool. I mean, that's a great way. Just that by itself, grateful on a tag with a little. You're busy playing there, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I'm having a play. You're having a play. We've got questions coming in as well. We've had an email in from Francois. Hello, Francois. With the lettering ink, well, with the ink pad, the letter it ink pad, what's the difference between that and the archival?
There isn't really any greater difference other than it's smaller in size.
Right.
They were designed to go and give really crisp impressions with the stamps that we've got on the show.
Okay.
So it's got all the superb qualities. Obviously, it's made by Ranger, but it's designed really for the stamps that we've got on with the show, with all the fine words. We get a lovely crisp.
It's more the size that's different.
Yes.
You've still got that beautiful, fantastic archival ink to use. It's a great price, £11. I'm being told we're busy for this. A quarter of the stock has gone. 172,387. Definitely worth popping that into your basket. And if you're going for the one-day special, remember the price of this will be divided into 2, so it's only an extra £5.50 this month and another £5.50 in a month's time. So thank you for your email, Francois. Thank you for emailing in. If you want to email in, it's studio@hochanda.com. Right, we've got some more, Lou.
Yep, I have. I'm just grabbing a piece. I didn't know whether to work on that one or a piece. I'll work on a piece of card. Okay. My little tube thing that I've been playing with. Right, I'm just going to put some of the paint down, and we'll go for a nice contrast colour. Oh, let's think. I'll go for the fire on the top. And where's my piece of card? And you can do this. This would work with just the same with PVA glue.
Okay.
So I'll heat some from the back and then some from the top. So it's got to go through the paint as well as the card now. So it will get there, I promise. So I just want to set it.
It's just taking time, isn't it, when it's on a thick...
It is. It's because it's got multiple layers to go through.
Yeah.
But I just want to heat the card up so I can then, when I go from the top, it'll actually be quicker. I know that sounds like counterintuitive, but I've heated one to heat the other. So now...
Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
And then if you use your heat tool to guide it...
Oh, yeah. It's alive. It's amazing.
So that one is bigger blob, so we can then start.
Oh, I love that. The details for the paints, by the way, everyone, are at the side of your screen, £19.99. You get 10 Deco Art paints. Oh my word, look at that.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep. I'm trying to see where I am. But yeah, so we've got all of that colour in there. Now, where there's hot, if I heated that again, I can put a little bit more colour into it.
Oh, I
so
love
I've got
this,
a big
Lou.
blob there. So let's go for a little bit more of the fire. And I'll just tip it straight on the card over there. There we go. But if you want it to explode, you need to do it from the top. If I did it from the bottom, it will just stay. So I can move it a little bit more. And then if I leave it like that, I can see then the mixture between the two, and I've had it to spray out. But it's a great technique to use. I love that one.
I love that. I love that.
It's a nice way of having two colours. One's matte and one's gloss.
Yes.
Because the paint's gone matte, the acrylic paint's gone matte, but we've got the gloss of the embossing powder.
Absolutely love that.
So
what a great technique. What a fabulous technique. I'm going to steal that one from you, Lou, if that's all right.
Right,
I'd love to do that.
Let's get a bit of texture paste. And what colour do you fancy, Janice?
What colour have you got?
Well, I've got all of them.
Go for a bright texture paste.
I've got white texture paste. I wanted to embossing powder, I meant. Right,
embossing powder. I want you to go for lilac.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So let's just mix a bit in.
We've got about 3 minutes left.
Right, I'm going as quick as I can. I'm just going to mix it in. Not the best recipe of mixing, but that doesn't matter, so we'll put that on.
That is a good colour, isn't it?
Now, you could put this through a stencil. I haven't. I'm just scraping it across my card. And I'm going to scrape it quite thin because obviously we haven't got much time to do it very bit thicker. So I'll just do one patch there. And now you can change it and go through. This is going to, and it ends with a really nice matte, and it will also bubble, as you can see.
Oh, wow.
You can create a really lovely raised effect.
Now, when we talk about it exploding, Lou, when we talk about it exploding, just for the safety of people at home, we're talking about it moving around.
Yes, sorry.
It's not going to explode in your faces. Do be careful, of course, at all times if you want to wear glasses and goggles and things like that. But that's not the intention of the demonstration. We're talking metaphorically, can I say, of it exploding, moving around.
Yes. So, I mean, that you can mix it in. I won't dry, but you've got it there, and it's gone now matte within the matte texture paste, which I love doing, sort of thing. But we can quickly, if I just put a little bit on the top, it changes again if I just don't colour it in. I'm just going to do a little bit as a contrast. So if you mix it in, it goes more of a matte.
Yeah.
Whereas if we do it, I just need to heat the bottom of the card and then we'll go from the top.
Yeah.
Because it's just, the paste is acting a bit like my embossing ink.
Yes.
It's sticking it. But if we did it this way round, you get the gloss effect of the embossing powder. And look, the paint's going now beside it.
Yeah.
Again. That doesn't matter. So if I go from the top now, and we can then move it around.
Oh, look at that.
It's like playing with alcohol inks again. Oh,
wow. Oh, you can really manipulate that.
Oh, you can. But I just want to show you, so we've mixed it in there with the paste and it's embossed it beautifully, but we've still got the speckles of the darker colour within the lilac. But here, where we've heated it and not mixed it in, you can see how the paste has pulled out all the different particles a little bit more, so we can see like that silver, the black and the lilac within there. So it's a different way of bringing you know, doing that through a stencil and then putting the embossing powder.
It's fascinating. It really, really is.
It's like a weird alchemy, isn't it, without knowing why?
Yes, absolutely fantastic. Of course, be safe at all times. If you can, use something to hold the card, as Lou was doing as well. Oh, my word. Right, Lou, you're back at 8 o'clock tonight?
Yes.
8 o'clock tonight. The One Day Special will be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock will be your final call. Of course, we have repeat shows overnight, so people do come in at all kinds of different times from the United States and in Europe as well. So do bear that in mind. Check out your basket if you have anything in there already. Lou, thank you so much. Always learn. You're always an inspiration. I just want to go running over and play with you. But
it's a shame, I know, because otherwise I'd have brought in another heat tool and got you.
Soon, hopefully soon.
Yes.
Well, Adam, see you at 8 o'clock, and I'll see you in a few moments' time. I forgot. It's me coming up next.